A Raindrop's Journey by Paloma J. and illustrated by Jamie Meckel-Talbotson. This story is a nonfiction narrative about the journey of a raindrop. So I want you to be thinking about the water cycle that we've been learning about in science. Also, check out the text features. One spring day, a big raindrop was up in a storm cloud. Suddenly, it fell down from the cloud. It blew left and right as it fell through the air with many other raindrops. The big raindrop was starting its long journey. Water-wise, a cloud is made of millions of tiny water droplets that become raindrops when they fall down to the earth. So this story is organized. It tells a story first, the narrative part, and then it gives some nonfiction facts also. So it has two kinds of organizations. Some raindrops landed on meadows and gave the deer a nice drink. Other raindrops fell onto the forest and helped the trees grow. But the big raindrop did not land yet. Here it is in the meadow. Water-wise, all living things from the smallest flea to the biggest tree need water to live. And there we've got our biggest tree, probably a redwood or a sequoia, and then we've got the tiny little flea. The big raindrop landed on top of a mountain and trickled down into a small stream. Soon the small stream joined a big river. The raindrop rushed down the river. It went faster and faster. Water-wise, water runs down mountains into tiny streams, and then the streams flow into rivers. And this shows us a nice diagram that shows the bigger river and then a small stream. Here's a cliff and a waterfall. Water-wise, a waterfall forms when a stream or river goes over a steep hill or cliff. Then the raindrop tumbled off a cliff into a beautiful waterfall. Some drops splashed onto rocks, and some drops formed mist at the bottom of the waterfall. But the big raindrop kept flowing down the river. Soon the river gushed into a salty ocean. The big raindrop bobbed up and down with the ocean waves. The big raindrop drifted all around, past seaweed, boats, and fish. Water-wise, wind causes waves to form in the oceans. A wave gets taller as it comes on shore. When the sun came out, the raindrop started to get hot. It got hotter and hotter and hotter. Water-wise, when liquid water gets very hot, it changes into water vapor. And here we can see we've got a teapot here, and we've got the water getting hot inside, and it comes out as steam or water vapor. Pop! Then the raindrop burst into tiny parts that no one could see. Like a puff of air, the tiny parts floated up into the sky. When the puff reached the cooler clouds, it turned back into a big raindrop. It had made a long trip around and back up to the clouds. Now the raindrop was ready to go down and around and back up all over again. Water-wise, all water on Earth moves around from the air to the ground and back up again. This is called the water cycle. So we've got the cloud up there. It comes, and then it goes down over here as raindrop, and then steam, and then we've got the waterfall and the river. It goes into the ocean. Some evaporates, goes up as water vapor, and then makes a cloud again. And it just keeps going over and over. This book has a glossary. So it tells the definition for cloud: water droplets floating high in the air. We've got river, a big natural stream of water. Water cycle, how water on Earth moves around from the air to the ground and back to the air again. Water vapor, which is an invisible form of water. The waterfall, a river or stream that falls over a high place. And the author gives us a little note over here. It says, the water cycle. All water on Earth moves around on an endless trip called the water cycle. The sun heats the water in the oceans, lakes, and streams, turning the water into water vapor. Some of this water vapor rises to form clouds, where it cools and collects into liquid drops. When the clouds are filled, the liquid falls as rain or snow, and the cycle continues. And today, you are going to, if you watch the one video in science, you will be learning all about how the water falls, precipitation. Let's see what the back of our book says. The water cycle. All the water on Earth moves in an endless cycle, follows a single raindrop as it travels on a wondrous journey. I wonder where the raindrop that's falling today is going to go.